In this video, we're going to explain how to calibrate an Encore dispenser. Here at Store 5 Training Center, we are able to perform calibrations because of the simulator boards inside the pump. Whenever we do our calibrations the same here as we do in the field. So step by step, this is going to show you the process to follow to perform a calibration. In the field, you dip your fleet card. You put in your odometer as 5/5s. You put in your pin from your card. You authorize the pump and select the grade. Whenever you pump your fuel, pump to 0 on the can. Once you have the pump authorized, you pump to 0 on the can. Now this is an older can that gives you gallons to 0 and liters. We obviously are using gallons to 0. Before you start to calibrate, you need to make sure that the can is level. When we're talking about making sure that a can is level, we're making sure that the can is level front to back. If you put your level on the can and it is a little bit too far, all you need is a flathead screwdriver. And typically, that's going to lean you far enough one way or another to get the can level. Side to side doesn't matter as much, because when we are reading the calibration on the can, there's going to be a small U. That is going to be the shape of the fuel because of surface tension of the liquid. The bottom of that U is where you measure to. That is called the meniscus. Once the can is level, you authorize the pump. Use your fleet card, use 5/5s to your odometer, use your pin. When the pump is authorized, you select the correct grade that you want to calibrate. Because we're here in the lab and we don't have the ability to use our fleet cards, we already have the pump in standalone. You can also use standalone to calibrate pumps. The nozzle is in the can, the dispenser has been authorized, and we're going to go ahead and select our grade. Here in the training center, we have a simulator board that simulates fuel flowing. So the pump is authorized, we're going to go ahead and flip the simulator switch to simulate fuel flowing. So after we've pumped to 0, we're going to go ahead and open the door of the pump. We are going to cut off the old lead seal with a pair of side cutters and remove that old lead seal. Once the seal is removed, we're going to flip the switch to the right. You hear the double beep, flip it back. After you flip the switch back, then you go ahead and hang the nozzle up, and you can see that we are going to be flashing all 8s. When it's flashing all 8s, it's waiting for an input from you. Hit 0, 1, 2, 8, and hit enter, and it's going to flash P's, meaning it's programming the new 5-gallon. After you've programmed it, after it takes this, it's going to reboot this side, a very quick reboot. Make sure that you seal the dispenser. To seal the dispenser, you take a lead seal that you should have on your truck. Everybody should have them on their truck. Run it through the center of the door for the calibration switch and loop it back around in through itself. Pull it tight. Use your crimper tool to crimp that lead seal. When you crimp the lead seal, make sure that you can read your initials or your truck number, whichever seal identifies your truck as your truck. Use the side cutters again. Cut that off so you don't have a bunch of loose wire hanging around inside the pump. Throw that in the trash. Now you have to go into the store, and based on where this pump is, you have to do the weights and measures paperwork. Final tip, while you're inside the pump, take a picture or write down the model and serial number of the pump. Just about all weights and measures documents require you to tell them the model and serial of the pump that you were just working on. Make sure that you notify the state. You can email, you can fax, send a copy of the report that you had just filled out to the state, to your manager, and keep a copy for yourself for your own records.